give us a better sense of how you see this whole interrelationship between the fight against racism and also against capitalism.
Well, I think it's interrelated. I mean, I classify racism and capitalism as these conjoined twins, right? From the same body, but different personalities, different faces. And the reason why I do that is because I'm an historian. And so I track, particularly in my last book, the origins of racism cannot be separated from the origins of capitalism. The origins of capitalism cannot be separated from the origins of racism. The life of racism cannot be separated from the life of capitalism, and vice versa. When you think about, for instance, the slave trade, which was critical in the accumulation of wealth in Europe, that was fundamentally a set of racist policies. When you think of colonialism or even slavery, these are fundamentally a relationship between racism and capitalism, which was essential to its emergence. And so I think in order to truly be anti-racist, you also have to truly be anti-capitalist, as I write in the book. And in order to truly be anti-capitalist, you have to be anti-racist, because they're interrelated.
So talk more about this and the founding of this country and the issue of slavery, the number of presidents who had slaves, and president who had the most slaves of all, Thomas Jefferson, something like, what, 600 slaves?
Yeah, I mean,
lay that all out.
When you look at the founding of this country, you're really talking about the power, American power at its founding, largely being held in the hands of slaveholders. You're talking about slaveholders who largely shaped economic policy that they ensured did not eliminate or harm racial policy, which was key to, of course, their slaveholding. You're also talking about a group of people, enslavholders, who by 1860 became the richest group of people in the world. And slaves and the crops that they were producing and the land that they were producing those crops on were essentially the wealth of America. These were, when you talk about how America became rich, you can't separate America's riches from slavery. And the reason why America was able to become rich through slavery, which was an economic system, was because of racism. So that's why you can't really separate the two. And I know many people want to, but I mean, we have to stare truth in the face.